Alright, we are here at Tantera in Lake Ozark, Missouri. Osage Beach, excuse me. And we are going to take a tour of room. Focus. 381. At the very end of the hall. The door's coming off the hinge. As we come in here, you know, it's kind of interesting. I was just thinking, so you have green for if the key works, red for if the key doesn't. Where does orange come in? I wonder. You think, you know, yeah, the key works. No, the key doesn't work. You can't come in. It's not really much of a halfway point. I wonder what that's actually for. Well, anyway, you can see here's 381, the rest of the hallway. There's only rooms on one side. I don't know what exactly is on the other side. This place is kind of on a hill, so there may not be anything there at all. I guess there is a parking garage out there. See, the door kind of is coming off the hinge a bit. Yeah, I bet I could tilt the whole thing up. Yeah, that's real secure there. I think one swift kick and this whole door could come down. But despite that fact, you do have no shortage of locks here. Got your chain lock, separate deadbolt, which is kind of rare, and the standard deadbolt that's just built into the main door lock down here. And a peephole for security. Now, I've done a tour of a room in this building here before. Of course, what makes this building interesting, and Tantera interesting in general, is that no two rooms are exactly alike. And that's not because they're constantly renovating and fixing things up. It's just because, I swear, back in the 70s, they just went to some kind of furniture sale and bought whatever they could, because no two rooms are furnished exactly the same way. And also, you may notice that this room is a mirror image of the last one that I toured. So this time we're going to come into the bathroom here on the right side of the room. You see, you have your nice spacious outside sink. It's always nice having two sinks, especially when one is in a separate spot. I mean, look how much space you have. You can have one person in here with a whole counter to themselves, and another person out here, again, with an entire counter, all this space to work with. Got a hairdryer on the wall. Looks relatively new. Of course, I'm not exactly the world's leading hairdryer expert. Coffee maker down here. I always like it when it's out in the open, because so many times in hotels you'll find these things tucked into some kind of a TV cabinet, and if it's not plugged in you end up having to play Mr. Electrician and, you know, move the furniture out and try to plug it in. This is nice just having it out in the open. And back here we have a closet with sliding doors that actually work quite well. Spare blanket and pillow up on the top, lots of storage space, a luggage rack in there as well. That's old school. And then we venture into the bathroom, where this place starts to show its dated nature a bit more. And again, we have one of these lovely 60s, 70s light fixtures above the sink. Nice and roomy, but again, a little bit dated. Got a toilet here, and your shower/bathtub, which, although it is older, still functions quite well. Pretty basic, nothing all that special. You get two separate soap dishes. I guess one is intended for taking a shower, one's intended for taking a bath. I didn't notice that. I actually took a shower before. And look, I was reaching down there for no reason at all. What a shame. Here we have our towel rack with a rather unique feature. They actually have heat lamps to warm your towels up. I can speak for it and say they don't really work all that well, but it's there nonetheless. Kind of a neat thing. We'll come back out here. Oh, one other thing I was going to point out. You know, the kind of things that you notice in a room where you spend a lot of space is when people don't really pay attention to the details. Like when you've got the ceiling tiles crumbling, your standard fare of rust. A little hole there. I'd be willing to bet if I shift any one of these, there's going to be a big line of dirt. Yep. Look at that. How lovely. I mean, this is the kind of thing that's acceptable in, say, your roadside motel, but when you're charging like $160 a night for a room, this isn't exactly what you expect to find. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. Little things like this, I mean, you know, like how much does it cost to replace a door stopper? But they got bigger problems here. This lovely, like, 70s carpet is beginning to bow up a lot throughout the entire room. And it's not like you're trying to preserve some beautiful historic carpet or something. I mean, this stuff was junk when they put it in, it's junk now, and now that it's coming up, it's almost getting insulting. I mean, look at this. We're not talking, oh, you know, there's a little rip or something. I mean, the carpet's coming off of the floor. That's not good. I mean, when you can trip over the carpet, that's a pretty bad sign. And stuff like this, too, you know, I mean, it looks messy. If it was just one of these problems in the whole room, it would be fantastic. But the little things start to add up after a while. You got 2 double beds in here. The bedspreads are always different, it seems. These are a little colorful, to say the least. It looks like it's Christmas time here. You know, you got red and green. Oh boy, Christmas in July. Got a nightstand. A green lamp for some reason. I'm not exactly sure why we've got that. Old style telephone. Old Panasonic alarm clock. Seem to use the word old a lot around here. Over here, last time we just had a table with a CRT television on it. This time we got a whole dresser with a TV cabinet. See, this comes out and closes. Not exactly in pristine condition. Kind of looks like something that would be in my grandma's house, really. And a different colored lamp, not too surprising. Older style mirror up here, too. I mean, you could tell none of this was put in here yesterday. So they must really have put different furniture in all sorts of rooms around here. I mean, to the casual guest, you're not going to notice. If you keep coming back, it's actually kind of fun. But the issue here is just that, I mean, the furniture is older. The whole room kind of has an older vibe to it. You know, it feels like a place that may have been nice to stay, say, 10, 20 years ago, and I can vouch for it, it was. But it just isn't really keeping up with the times anymore. But on the plus side, there's the back side of the room, which interestingly comes to a point. You've got a newer mini fridge here, and a large one at that. That is a nice plus to have. You also have this newer sofa. It looks like they replaced this fairly recently. It's actually a sofa sleeper too, so this room really does have 3 beds in it. You don't pay for 3 beds, but it has 3 beds. Got another green lamp there. These tables may be older, but at least they're in decent shape. These chairs appear to be a bit newer. They're made out of a bad material though, because this seems like it would be real easy to stain. Called it. Real easy to stain, and real difficult to get stains out of. Ooh, I bet this floor lamp here has seen a good many years. Oh yeah, look at that. Kind of interesting how they just ran the sprinkler pipe down the ceiling in this little box. It's one ugly curtain. See how clean it is back here. Yeah, I mean, like, you know, this isn't really, like, pristine shape down here on the door track. Some kind of dead bug there. Oh, what is that? Ugh. The more you dig, the more you find in a place like this. Got an older General Electric zone line, 2100. Heating and cooling unit way here in the back. It's fairly quiet, does a decent job. Somebody punched through the grate at some point, but it still works. Wonder if we find any dust back here. I'd say so. I think there's something living back there. Nothing I want to meet. Speaking of bugs, I've always thought these things were silly. They've had these pamphlets forever. I mean, of all the things you're going to put in your room, how about what to do at the Lake of the Ozarks? Not, hey, here's a list of all the gross bugs you can find in your room. Yeah, welcome to Missouri. At least they're honest. And last but not least, you got your patio out here with all the charm of your average warehouse or back lot or some equally industrial and uninviting place. Got your 70s stony concrete, brown, rusty, I like calling it a warehouse rail, I don't really know what it is. And the cement looks like it's seen better days as well. Not to mention you got the air conditioner that sticks right out here that's covered in something. Looks like a haunted house out here. Look at all these spider webs. And we've got a nest up there too. What is that? Looks disgusting. What is that? Jeez, this place creeps me out just standing out here. Nice view though. Ignore all this, just look at that. You might be alright. Am I nitpicking? Yes. But for $165, I believe, a night, what we paid here, I think I deserve to nitpick a bit. And they gave me plenty of ammunition. Non-smoking, at least. Oh boy, AT&T wireless internet. I'm really looking forward to using that. But that's about all I've got. Not trying to discourage people from staying here, because I've been staying here my entire life, and I've really grown to love this place. But it's more nostalgic, and you have to be prepared. You're staying at a place that kind of carries a legacy. It's not really up to the times. You're basically experiencing what people like to do back in the 60s and 70s. There's not many of these one-stop mega resorts that are still in business. This might be why. But it's worth coming here, checking it out sometime. But don't expect luxury. And hopefully somebody will buy this place and try to bring these rooms up to a bit more modern standards. Anyway, that's all I've got. Thank you very much for watching, and that is it.